we have our 34th governor of the great state of North Dakota with us today, Governor Kelly Armstrong. I would also like to recognize that we have the most recently retired North Dakota Adjutant General, retired Major General Ellen Norheim. Over here, waving us, General. And also with us this afternoon is Senate Majority Leader David Holt. David's over here. David is a retired colonel from the North Dakota National Guard. He retired in 2009, and he also served in Honduras. So that is great. The reason behind the resolution is to urge Congress to issue Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal or similar recognition for those having served in the area of hostility to all United States troops who served in Honduras from 1981 to 1992. On January 5th, 1989, the North Dakota National Guard joined Task Force 164 in Honduras for a peaceful mission of building roads and providing goodwill. Our National Guard joined 5,000 other troops from across the country. There were a total of 1,400 National Guard troops deployed. The first project was to build Camp Dakota, which was a 750-person base camp. The mission was identified, and I'm not going to say this right, Furnace Caminosa 89. The 6-month mission was supported by the Honduran government. Then on April 11, 1989, an Army convoy of 11 vehicles, mostly from the North Dakota National Guard, was attacked in northern Honduras while on a routine supply mission. 6 of the 22 American soldiers on that mission were injured. Prior to our National Guard joining the mission, helicopter pilot Jeffrey Charles Schwab had given his all on January 11, 1984. According to Chief Warrant Officer Schwab's report of casualty, and I quote, "Hostile fire received while piloting a helicopter involved in exercise activities." Chief Warrant Officer 2 Schwab was a son, a husband, a father to 2 very young children. I only bring this up because CW2 Schwab was the only soldier to receive the Purple Heart Medal in Honduras. We have spoken to CW2 Schwab's wife, who contacted us after hearing about the North Dakota Resolution. She wanted to be here today, but lives in Illinois and could not make the arrangements. Our prayers go out to Mrs. Schwab and the children to be safe and secure. We've also heard from Ian Rutherford from Boone Lake, Washington. Mr. Rutherford wrote, and I quote, "Please share with your team that Honduras veterans across the country are hearing about your resolution fighting for us. We are truly grateful. Thank you." I'd like to recognize those here today who served in Honduras. First, I'd like to recognize Command Sergeant Major Chris Paul. Commander. Chris is no longer with us on this earth, but is watching us from above. With Diane Dahl, Chris's widow, and my most favorite sister, please wave at us. Thank you for all you give to our country. Others who have served: Jody Langley, Task Force 164, Camp Dakota, Honduras, call sign, Raven Action. Oh yeah, Jody's married to my niece, and his mother-in-law is Diane. That will be it for family connections for me. Next, Steve Hansen, Task Force 164, Camp Dakota, Honduras, call sign, Sand Fleet. Robin Daniel, Task Force 164, Camp Dakota, Honduras, call sign, Raven. Richard Grell, 534th Military Police Company, Honduras. Richard is also the founder of USContralWar.com. Thank you to each and every one of our soldiers here today, as well as every single North Dakotan and full-time military soldier who served in Honduras.
So, because this is a resolution, my presence here is very much ceremonial, but I think it's important that we know what we're actually doing. So we're going to read the resolution, which is my contribution to when the legislature passes one of these worthy things. A concurrent resolution urging Congress to recognize United States troops who served in Honduras from 1981 to 1992. Whereas the 69th Legislative Assembly believes military members and veterans who serve or have served in hostile environments should be recognized. And whereas the United States military maintained a presence in Honduras throughout the 1980s and 1990s, providing training and conducting military exercises with the host nation. And whereas the presence of the United States troops served as a deterrent to aggression in the region as a means to support for the democratic values through civil action in Honduran communities. And whereas the United States troops were equipped with live ammunition and assisted the Honduran military in training and combat support. And whereas the United States troops experienced hostile fire and imminent danger. And whereas at the least one United States service member received a Purple Heart because of terrorist activity. And whereas United States troops lost their lives while in Honduras due to terrorist activity and hazardous circumstances. Now therefore be it resolved by the House of Representatives of North Dakota, the Senate concurring therein, that the 69th Legislative Assembly urges Congress to issue an Armed Forces Expeditionary Medal or similar recognition of having served in an area of hostility to all United States troops who served in Honduras from 1981 to 1992, and be it further resolved that the Secretary of State forward copies of this resolution to the majority and minority leaders of the United States Senate, the majority and minority leaders of the United States House of Representatives, and to each member of the North Dakota congressional delegation.
Thank you, sir. The only other one I'd really like to recognize is Jason Docker, who's also a former National Guard member. He was the lead on running this concurrent resolution through both Senate, both the House and the Senate. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. So with that, we're going to take some photos. We would like all of our people who served in Honduras to come on out.